After being accepted into Christ's College, Cambridge in 1924, Oppenheimer wrote to Ernest Rutherford requesting permission to work at the Cavendish Laboratory. Though Bridgman's letter of recommendation said that Oppenheimer's clumsiness in the laboratory suggested that theoretical physics, rather than experimental, would be his forte, Rutherford was unimpressed. But Oppenheimer went to Cambridge nonetheless. He was ultimately accepted by J. Thomson on the condition that he complete a basic laboratory course. Oppenheimer was very unhappy at Cambridge and wrote to a friend, "I am having a pretty bad time. The lab work is a terrible bore. And I am so bad at it that it is impossible to feel that I am learning anything." He developed an antagonistic relationship with his tutor, Patrick Blackett. According to Oppenheimer's friend Francis Ferguson, Oppenheimer once confessed to leaving an apple doused with noxious chemicals on Blackett's desk. Oppenheimer's parents convinced the university authorities not to press criminal charges or expel him. But Oppenheimer was placed on probation and had to have regular sessions with a psychiatrist in Harley Street, London. Oppenheimer was a tall, thin chain smoker, who often neglected to eat during periods of intense concentration. Many friends said he could be self-destructive. In one incident, Ferguson tried to distract Oppenheimer from his apparent depression by telling him that he, Ferguson, was to marry his girlfriend. Oppenheimer jumped on Ferguson and tried to strangle him. Oppenheimer was plagued by periods of depression throughout his life. And he once told his brother, "I need physics more than friends." In 1926, Oppenheimer left Cambridge for the University of Göttingen to study under Max Born. Göttingen was one of the world's leading centers for theoretical physics. Oppenheimer made friends who went on to great success, including Werner Heisenberg, Pascual Jordan, Wolfgang Pauli, Paul Dirac, Enrico Fermi and Edward Teller. He was known for being too enthusiastic in discussion, sometimes to the point of taking over seminar sessions. This irritated some of Born's other students so much that Maria Goeppert presented Born with a petition signed by herself and others threatening a boycott of the class unless he made Oppenheimer quiet down. Born left it out on his desk where Oppenheimer could read it. And it was effective without a word being said. Oppenheimer obtained his Doctor of Philosophy degree in March 1927 at age 23. Supervised by Born. After the oral exam, James Franck, the professor administering, reportedly said, "I am glad that it's over." He was on the point of questioning me. Oppenheimer published more than a dozen papers while in Europe, including many important contributions to the new field of quantum mechanics. He and Born published a famous paper on the Born-Oppenheimer approximation, which separates nuclear motion from electronic motion in the mathematical treatment of molecules, allowing nuclear motion to be neglected to simplify calculations. It remains his most cited work.